For the Ways and Means Committee for Thursday, October 23rd. I'll start with roll call, Madam Secretary.
Mr. Anderpont?
Here.
President Barris?
Here.
Mr. Barty?
Here.
Mr. Bowers?
Here.
Mr. Burley?
Here.
Mrs. Eason?
Here.
Mr. Guillory?
Here.
Mr. Hayes? He's here.
Here.
Mr. Landry?
I'm here.
Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Markentile?
Here.
Mr. Quinn?
Here.
Vice President Smith?
Here.
Mr. Stelly?
Here.
And Chairman Abshire.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Number 1, presentation of certificate to Ms. Madison Brydell for her life-saving action. Mr. Quinn. Call his name and he runs.
There you go. Darby Quinn's 2500 Sutherland Road, Moss Bluff, Louisiana 70611. Tonight I have Miss Madison. Where's my paperwork? Madison Brydell here tonight. But if we could, if we could roll that beautiful bean footage.
Madison Boyles was just hanging up Halloween decorations at Boontown Restaurant when she suddenly needed to save a life. A customer stood up from his seat and signaled to her that he was choking.
I rushed over to him and I gave him the Heimlich maneuver. And then right after that, I pat his back and went to the back and finished my shift.
The other servers at Boontown praised Madison's bravery. They say if it wasn't for her, the situation could have ended up worse.
Hanging up decorations there, and that was nice people, and I've been so proud of her because I had no idea what to do. I was just looking around to see if anybody knew the Heimlich or anything, and she just jumped into action really fast.
I honestly don't see myself as a hero. It was just a natural reaction. If it was anybody, I would have done it to anybody, honestly.
So, jury, Madison? So, Madison's a little shy, so.
Wasn't on that Heimlich.
So, Madison's a senior at Sam Houston, so once again, Moss Bluff, leading the way. But I just wanted to recognize her for her actions, and we're going to read her certificate. So, certificate of recognition presented by Calcasieu Parish Police Jury on this 23rd day of October, 2025, to Madison Bridles in recognition and commendation of her life-saving action. Thank you, and keep up the good work. So, you want to do it up there, or you want to do it?
This one. You can go there.
Okay, we'll go up front. You take a picture.
You going in?
Congratulations.
Well done.
Pretty amazing.
Yes, sir. I believe, Ms. Brydell, I believe we have a few jurors with questions. Mr. Barris.
Thank you. I just want to say, you think if it was just nothing, and I think it's so awesome that you responded like that, but it's even better because you can share that with your friends at school, how important things like that are to know. It's not very hard, but you are light years ahead of your peers, I promise you, in a lot of ways it seems. So congratulations, thank you for what you did, and I hope the tip was good.
Well, thank you. Funny thing is, that wasn't my table.
So where did you learn to do the Heimlich? I mean, is that something they taught in school?
I was never taught.
Oh.
My dad had an incident before, and I didn't know how to do it, so I performed the Heimlich maneuver on him. And the second time at Budokan, I didn't realize what I did until after I walked in the back.
Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty awesome. I congratulate you on your spontaneity and your reaction there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I know that was definitely a life-saving event on that occasion. I have visited a restaurant on several occasions, so I'm glad you were working during that time. But have you had contact with the gentleman since then? Because I know he really appreciates you for actually being there.
No, sir, I have not.
Okay, yeah, because I know that's definitely a life-changing event for anybody to go through. So I know he's definitely thankful that you definitely were there.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you again.
Thank you.
Mr. Andropov, did I see?
Well, basically, Mr. Smith covered that here you are at your age, and you saved a life. And there's nothing more precious than life. God put you in the right place at the right time to help that man. And kudos for your courage and just jumping in the action, watching that video. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of your senior year.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for having me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 2, receive report from Mr. Heath Allen, Director on activities at the Lake Charles Regional Airport.
Thank you, Chairman Abshire, members of the authority. Heath Allen, 6419 White Oleander Circle East, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 70605. And that's going to be a tough one to follow. Not one life was enough, and then come to find out she saved 2 with her father. So I apologize. My presentation is not gonna outdo that one. But no, Jennifer told me I have 5 minutes, so I'm going to give you the standard aviation lingo. We'll get you there as quickly and as safely as possible. Though in true airport fashion, we may arrive a little bit late. So, but no, I do want to express my appreciation for you guys having me here today. Not only that, but for the continued partnership and support of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. I think it's always important to emphasize that the airport belongs to the people of the parish, belongs to the community, and we're all invested in its success. So we certainly appreciate that. I wanted to start, and I've got this sort of divided up real quickly, talk a little bit of background, air service, and then I'll close it out real quick to try to get under that 5 minutes that Jennifer said I had to stay under. So, but I wanted to start out with our mission. I try to do this often, but our mission is to provide, maintain, and enhance airport facilities to allow for the safe and efficient connecting of people to what's important in their lives, and to develop airports' resources to facilitate a positive economic impact. So and I want to focus on that connecting of people to what's important in their lives. I actually stole that from the CEO of Southwest Airlines, but imitation sincere form of flattery, right? So what's important to people's lives? So for businesses, that means connecting executives, engineers, clients, can reach their sites, can reach corporate offices quickly and efficiently. For families in Southwest Louisiana, it means that you can visit loved ones, you can welcome them home without a long drive to another airport or another city. And for visitors, it's our first impression of who we are as a community: professional, welcoming, and most importantly, open for business. Commercial airports connect communities to the world, driving economic growth, supporting jobs, and enhancing quality of life by keeping regions competitive, connecting, and resilient. And LCH has done that since 1961. Connected has commercial air service continuously for over 6 decades. Airport, just real quick background, airport was constructed by the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. Airport Authority was created by the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury in 1962, and of course it's owned by the people of Calcasieu Parish. That district includes City of Lake Charles, Ward 3, and a small industrial portion of Ward 4 is the district. So it was built as a commercial airport, and this is an interesting fact. I've only recently learned this. LCH is the only commercial airport in Louisiana that is never served as a military airfield in one form or fashion. Every other commercial airport in the state, most of them are actually converted military airfields. Only 3 were created as municipal airports. LCH is the only one that was never converted. Of course, that's because we have Chenault here in town as well. So I always think that's kind of interesting, looking at history. We're about 1,900 acres, which makes us one of the larger airports in the state, actually larger than New Orleans, larger than Lafayette in terms of land mass. So lots of room to grow out there, and certainly we're going to try to leverage those land resources in terms of creating that economic impact. Have 2 paved runways, and I think that's important to note because we have the only crosswind runway in the parish, which enhances safety, operational flexibility, and of course reliability. We've had to close the airport, but not because we didn't have payment for people to land on. It was for weather or other types of events. It's the only time we've closed at LCH. Real quick financial overview. Our FY26 budget, which we're not completely finished yet, but it's looking like we're going to have about 3.82 in expenses on about 3.86 in revenue. So I will tell you, for a commercial airport, and you can look around the state, that is an extremely lean operating budget, but we make the most of it. Probably the biggest challenge that we've had in 2019, and we compare a lot to 2019 for a lot of reasons, 2019 to now. It's mostly a good story, actually. This one, not so much. Our property insurance premium was $47,000 back in 2019. This year, we're expected to be somewhere around $475,000. So a 900% increase. So yeah, and actually that's better than it was last year and better than it was the year before that. So I guess you can call that improvement. But obviously that with the budget of $3.82 million, you drop $475,000 into that. It's pretty hard delta to work with. Our revenue sources are 74% of our revenue comes from our operations. So that's the rates, charges, fees that we charge on 46 tenant leases that we have out there, including airlines and everyone else that we've got operating out there. That's part of that land. We're basically a landlord, leasing building and land and land space out at the airport. And then the other part comes with 26% comes to the ad valorem tax, which of course is collected in that district. I always tell people it's the airport tax is the easiest one to find if you actually pay the tax. It's the easiest one to find on your bill because it's the smallest. It's actually 0.63 currently rolled back to 0.59. Generates about, using round numbers, about $1 million a year is what's generated by the tax. So the other 75% comes from, as I mentioned, the operations of the airport. Economic impact, $250 million, and that's actually a hot off the press economic impact study that was accomplished by DOTD, so we didn't put any money into that. I know you can get economic impact studies that pretty much say whatever you want them to say, but we didn't pay for that one, so that's the state's numbers, not ours. So that's I think that's, I'm not great at math, but if I look at $1 million in local taxes returning $250 million, if I had $1 million, I would certainly give anyone that $1 million if they told me in a year from now I was going to get $250 million back. So I think that's a pretty strong argument for return on investment of our regional airport. In terms of capital improvements and projects, since 2008, we're closing in on $100 million in improvements out there. So for a small airport, I like to think we're punching way above our weight class. Lots of new projects. If you've not been out there recently, the face of the airport is certainly changing. It's changed a lot in the last several years, and in the next year and a half or so, you're going to see a lot more changes. So most of our capital improvement funds are actually coming from outside. I would say 99.5% of our funds come from state and federal grants, which are typically funded through aviation trust funds, so ticket taxes, fuel taxes, things like that. But we try to look under every rock and every couch cushion to find every penny we can for capital improvements, because obviously with the budget that we have, we're doing good to fund operations, much less add to capital improvements. But we've done a good job with that. We currently have an airport master plan update going on. We hope to finish in the first quarter of next year. And that's a 20-year vision of what the airport will look like, and then, of course, lays out all of our capital priorities for that 20-year planning period. We got a large surface movement and parking project. We're in our third phase right now. It's a $12 million project. So when I talk about things that are, a lot of what we do you never see. It's out on the airfield. It's joint seal. It's panel replacement on concrete. stuff that's not real exciting to talk about. But a lot of what we're doing now is actually on the front side, the public-facing side of the airport. Airport was designed and constructed as a commercial airport, functions really well that way, but sometimes I wonder when they put roads where they did, why they did. You have to go this way to go that way. I guess it's just got a path of least resistance. I really don't know, but we're trying to correct a lot of that, and it's going to be a really nice improvement when all is said and done. Of course, our Freeman Jet Center opened up last year. That was a $5.5 million. This is our private aviation terminal. That was a public-private partnership with our FBO operator, Freeman Holdings Group, same folks that run Million Air over at Chenault. So we split it about half and half, so brand new facility we've got going out there. South Apron expansion just came online, so that's just basically a big swath of concrete that we're just looking for a tenant to set up shop there and create jobs and activity for the airport. And then lastly, we're working a lot of passenger experience upgrades with the airport, which I think is extremely important as we try to attract and capture passengers here at the airport. So, and that's some of what you've seen as well with the canopies out front, departures, arrivals canopies, really transform the front of the terminal building. We've got 4 brand new loading passenger boarding bridges. And of course, one of our most exciting new amenities for the first time in the history of the airport, we actually have food and beverage and a full bar on the secure side of the airport. So if you're anything like my wife, you know, a 7:30 flight never stopped her from getting a mimosa. So I think she's more excited than anyone. But we're excited about the revenue that it produces. But it does go back to those amenities that we're trying to accomplish. So shifting gears to the air service update. Small airport, but we're currently served by the 2 largest airlines in the world. American Airlines, largest airline in the world. United Airlines, the second largest airline in the world. Depending on what metric you look at, Delta shifts up into there depending on whether you're looking at revenue. But we're looking at destinations and fleet size for those two metrics. So we've got the largest airline in the world with service to Dallas-Fort Worth, which is the 2nd busiest airport in the U.S., 3rd busiest in the world. So if you had to pick an airport to fly to, that's a pretty good one in terms of where you can go and you can get there from here. And of course, now United as well goes to Houston, smaller airport, ranked 15th, but very important to our energy market. Houston has lots of energy markets that they fly to, so that's a critical hub for us. And one of the reasons that United operates in this market. So just go over some real quick statistics. We always talk about 2019. That seems like a magic number. Definitely in our industry, everybody was affected by the pandemic. But in our industry especially, we sort of call it 2019 BC or before COVID is what we look at. So in 2019, we had 89,700 seats flying out of the market. Today, we have 113,260. So we've actually grown across the country during COVID, and even now, we've seen a lot of airports, especially small airports. Some of them go completely dark, lose all air service. Most have lost seats and flights. We have lost some flights, but we gained in seats for larger aircraft. So we're doing well there. Obviously, we want to see that continue to grow. Our passenger departures over that same time frame, 2019 to 2024, is up 57% with a load factor of 80%. So 8 and 10 seats going out of this on every airplane is full out of our market, which is really good. We're really happy with that. Our challenge continues to be our proximity to Houston. We can't change that. We're 2.5 hours away from Houston. They're the 800-pound gorilla that has service from virtually every airline flying to virtually every city. And they capture a lot of our market. 75% of the people that travel by air in Lake Charles, 75% of those folks go over to Houston to make that flight. I often get asked about Southwest Airlines. You know, are we ever going to get Southwest Airlines? The answer is no. And the reason the answer is no, because Southwest Airline, in their eyes, already serves this market. In fact, they're the number 2 airline in this market right now. And they won't put the first airplane on the ground in Lake Charles. But when you look at our market and the passengers that it's producing, they're capturing about 20% of our passengers today going Houston hobby. So that's the challenge, 75% going over Houston. But it's also where we look to try to capture those passengers. So that's where those amenities come in and the things that we're doing out the airport, try to make it convenient. And that's what we're selling. We're selling convenience. And that's we don't fly everywhere. We're a small market. We don't fly anywhere. We don't always have the lowest fares, though our fares have been more competitive maybe than they've been in the past, certainly on certain segments. But we can always beat them on convenience. Anyone who's traveled to Houston in recent weeks, it's a great pastime of mine to look on Google Earth and see that red interstate through Beaumont right now. And I'm like, that's job security. So we like doing that. But we are making progress. So our local capture rate in 2019 was 17%. We're now at about a quarter. So we're capturing about our quarter of the market. Obviously, we want to capture more than that, but things are moving in the right direction. 2024 was a record year for us in terms of passengers, and we're actually on pace to exceed 2024 and 2025, so that'll be our new record. And I think that says a lot, just because we had, as you know, a little bit of a snow day. We don't do well with blizzards in southwest Louisiana. There's a lot of the good things we do good in Louisiana. Removing snow is not one of them. So we were actually shut down for 3 days. So the record year includes being closed for 3 days and some pretty tough operational conditions. But bottom line is more people than ever are choosing to fly local, fly from LCH, and we're happy about that. Looking ahead, 25% is not good enough, so we're going to continue targeting that 75% of travelers who are currently driving over to Houston to try to get everyone that we get back is extremely important. We're going to work with American Airlines to add an East Coast hub. We're looking at Charlotte. A lot of people ask, why Charlotte? Charlotte's the 7th busiest airport in the nation. 6th busiest in the world in terms of takeoffs and landings. So it is a really big airport. It's not the first thing that comes to mind when we think of East Coast hub. Most people think about Atlanta with Delta. Unfortunately, we've not made a lot of progress there, but we are encouraged about what we might be able to get with Charlotte and American Airlines, and that would be huge for us if we're able to pull it off. The problem is that stat that I just mentioned. They're the 6th busiest airport in terms of takeoffs and landings, so they have a lot of capacity issues, but they're building like crazy, actually adding a runway, so we hope that maybe that opens up capacity in the future. We'll explore new leisure destinations that fit the community demand, and then, of course, we'll focus on reliability, convenience, and the value for local travelers. So I guess in closing, I didn't start my timer, so I may be way over 5 minutes. It doesn't feel like it, but it gets away from me. The airport is growing. We have more passengers, more investment, and stronger service. We're committed to continuous improvement, smart use of our very limited resources. Each project that we do strengthens our region's connectivity and economy. We're going to broaden our economic impact for Calcasieu Parish in southwest Louisiana. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't at least mention, I hate to say all that positive stuff and then kind of end up on a negative note, but I do want to recognize and thank our federal partners who, as of tomorrow, will no longer be receiving a paycheck. We've not had any issues. You may have read some national news where you're having slowdowns with TSA and FAA. I can tell you at ACH, those folks are showing up to work even though they're not getting a paycheck and doing a good job and keeping us safe. So, and we have quite a number of agencies out there, TSA, FAA, and NOAA as well, based at the airport. So we certainly want to keep those folks in our thoughts. And then lastly, I want to thank you all for the support and again for helping make LCH the regional gateway that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. We don't have time. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that I am extremely proud of Heath Allen and that I had the pleasure of serving on the airport board for almost 20 years, and I've watched that airport grow and thrive, and just it's amazing what you're able to do just by networking, and he works his network very well. And the airport has gone from, when I joined the board, it had been destroyed by Rita. And then I got to watch the new airport go up, and his energy, enthusiasm, and his networking skill is the reason that airport is growing and thriving, and it's been a pleasure to watch it grow. So,
I appreciate that.
On the lowest ad valorem on the ad valorem ballot. So, in a small taxing district. So,
yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your leadership.
Thank you.
It.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Thank you.
Appreciate the update.
Thank you.
All right, item 3, receive report from Mr. Jimmy Moe, Calcasieu County Agent on activities at the LSU Agricultural Center.
Thank y'all for having me. My name's Jimmy Moe with LSU Ag Center, 5486 Highway 3059, Lake Charles 70615. I'm here today just to share a little bit about what the Ag Center is about. Most of y'all maybe know where we're located, but we're out by Burton Coliseum on the south end of the parking lot there. Been there since 1994 through the tax with Burton, so we're very fortunate to have that wonderful building and y'all's support of helping make that happen. We do a lot of wonderful things out there, so if you haven't ever been out there, we'd encourage you to come on out and just stop by. We have a wonderful garden path in the back that our volunteers help man and put together. And if you do have time this weekend, they're selling vegetables. I don't know how many of y'all do vegetable gardens, but they're having fall vegetables sales this weekend for any of your broccoli, cauliflower, any of those plants for like $1.50. So probably starting at 8 o'clock Saturday morning out at our office, they'll be selling thousands of them. So that's one of the things we do. We also work a lot with our farmers, landowners across the parish, helping them with their management problems and issues that they may have, whether it could be the rice farmers, cattlemen, all those. We have a lot of programs, educational activities with them. Now, you know, it's a good time to be in the cattle business, and we hope it continues, even if President Trump wants to think it might have not been all of his doing, but you know, we go through a lot of ups and downs in the cattle industry, but we are happy to have where it is now. We want to hopefully say the same about the rice industry, but it's one of those. It's been tough for our farmers these days, and we're kind of hoping things level out for them in the next year, and their prices can increase. Lucky we have the crawfish market to kind of help ease those problems that they have. The other program we talked a little bit about last year was our nutrition program, our FNEP program. We have educators that go out into the community, and last year they reached over 1,700 families across the parish, and so we're very proud of that. But the thing we're going to highlight today was our 4-H youth program. We reach a lot of schools across the parish, whether it's private, public, and I'm going to ask my 4-H agents to stand up, and then we're going to let them kind of talk a little bit about the program. But we have just Jennifer Cantrell, Mr. Brennan Uze, and then Miss Carrie Lane, and she's going to kind of talk about the program real quick.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Carrie Lane, 2247 Claude Hebert Road, Lake Charles 70615. So on behalf of the Calcasieu Parish 4-H program, thank you for the opportunity to share a glimpse into what we do over at our office and the work that we're doing to empower the youth in our community. So 4-H is the youth development arm of the LSU Ag Center, and in Calcasieu we proudly serve hundreds of young people through hands-on learning experiences that build leadership, citizenship, and life skills. Our program reaches students in schools, clubs, camps, special events, and we offer opportunities in areas such as agriculture, STEM, healthy living, and community service. Whether it's raising livestock, coding robots, or leading service projects, our members are gaining the tools that they need to become confident and capable leaders of tomorrow. We deeply appreciate your continued support and partnership. Together, we're helping shape a brighter future for Calcasieu Parish, one young person at a time. And to bring that mission to life, we're proud to introduce Armand Wilson, a dedicated 4-H member from Washington Marion High School. Armand exemplifies the spirit of 4-H through his leadership, enthusiasm, and commitment to personal growth. Whether he's participating in community service projects or mentoring younger members, Armand represents the promise and potential of our youth and the impact of your investment in them.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ramon Wilson, 2034 11th Street. Last spring, I was selected as one of 4 members from across the state to attend the National 4-H Conference in Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. Bringing hundreds of 4-Hers to the nation's capital every spring. This is a yearly trip. In the spring, I applied to be a national conference delegate, and I made it out of one of 4 from across the state, and only 1 from our area. The national recognized event is developing the next generation of leaders. During the conference, I became very familiar with more government, and I had the opportunity to present to one of the federal agencies. And also, it exposed me to future career opportunities and shared my voice and with congressional committees. I would like to send my deepest gratitude to all of you. You guys make it possible every day. Every time I go in our office, I look at our police juries, and I say one day I'm gonna be up there. So thank y'all so much for y'all amazing impact. Y'all empower
That's
me.
Eddie. You can go ahead and that's Eddie.
Y'all truly make it possible for me to go to Baton Rouge almost every month and go represent. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Move to approve item 4, all bullets.
Yes, sir. Have a motion by Mr. Burley.
Second.
And a second by Mr. Lewis. Any objection? Thank you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr.
Madam Secretary, I want to recuse myself on 4A, please.
Thank you. Item 4, recommend that the police jury adopt a resolution approving the 26 Calcasieu Parish Road and Drainage Trust Fund grants in the amount of $884,128 as follows. The City of Lake Charles, $388,800 for South Park Drainage Improvements Phase 2. City of Westlake, $114,800 lateral W34 Garfield Street Drainage Improvement. And the Town of Iowa, $380,528 for North Bowers Avenue Road Extension Phase 1.
Mr. Abshire, we have checks for presentation tonight.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start with the City of Lake Charles.
Okay, City of Lake Charles.
Mr. Barris, Mr. Abshire, and City of Lake Charles representatives.
Happy Gilmore checks. Good to see you, brother. You all right?
Good seeing you, man.
You're welcome.
President Barris.
Parish, yeah, man. You need to go.
Oh, wait, it was named after your dad.
That's the city, right? Get in there. Okay.
Can't get anything done on the website.
I know. I know.
Next is the City of Westlake. Do we have a representative from the City of Westlake? Yeah, we do.
Got two of them.
Two of them. Here we go.
Where's the Quincy representative?
I was gonna say, don't spend it all on one plate.
It's all on one there.
And the Town of Iowa.
Good to see you. Kenny? Good to see you. How you doing?
Thank you. All right, are there any other items for this committee?
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.